I've been wanting to do this episode for a while now. In this episode, you're going to see what I'm working on with Island Driven, as well as balancing fitness, my work, and my degree. Quick thank you to everyone that's tuned in over this month. So we had two episodes, one with Phil and one with Claire. And the last time I checked, we had 60 views for Claire, which is amazing. And in the Phil episode, we had around 140, a few likes as well. So that's amazing. Thank you so much. Like I said in the first intro episode, I want everyone to keep sending me guest ideas because it helps the podcast, helps me come up with new guests. So keep on doing that. It's really appreciated. Plan for today, just went on my walk, did a few stuff for the podcast, recorded some of the episode, which was good. Got work 8 till 4, probably go on a run, lunch break. So we'll be doing that, and then gym later. I've got a few guests lined up. One CEO in Jersey, and another one is another keynote speaker, actually friends with Claire. So stay tuned for that. So I started Island Driven for the sole purpose of showcasing Jersey's talent. So what talent we have on the island, and also to benefit myself in terms of networking. The overall goal for this behind the scenes, so I know a lot of other content creators do kind of like their business. So the likes of Stephen Bartlett, he has his business, also has his podcasts, and then he has his behind the scenes. I think it's called Behind the Diary, which shows the meetings that he has, the progress that he's making with the podcast and his businesses. So that's kind of what I want to incorporate into Island Driven. The overall goal for this would be to have it on a separate channel, but that would be up to you guys. But right now, this episode will be integrated with the Claire and Phil episode. But it's up to you guys whether you think you like these episodes, and so we can have a separate channel for that. So if you end up liking these kind of episodes, obviously I'm on Instagram, YouTube, even LinkedIn as well. So if you do end up liking these videos, just let me know. Obviously I'll put some polls out on Instagram and other apps just to make sure everyone's liking these type of episodes. Trying to promote the podcast the best way I can. I was very fortunate enough last week that Highlands College mentioned me and mentioned the podcast. So that got a lot of attraction on the podcast. That was really good. And even just interviewing guests, obviously the Claire Bosk episode, herself being a business owner, a keynote speaker, really helped the podcast because it allowed me to tap into her audience as well. So that was really good. So currently at gym, halfway through my workout. One of my goals for June is I'm running every day or walking every day, and then cold showers daily as well, which I'm trying to do. Mainly because I've sprained my wrist, so I'm trying to get back into it. I'm just doing light weights today, a bit of cardio as well. After this, doing that. I feel like all my ideas really come from gym. I think a lot of people say that. I think when you're doing something else or you're focused on something else, just other ideas just come to you. That's kind of why I go gym. One of the main reasons, just to get a break from everything, get some ideas going. So yeah, prefer structure. So I did the 66 Gymshark challenge, and that was really good. And the 3 habits that I chose was cold showers every day, exercise daily, and read 10 pages daily as well, and that was really good. And then after that I went straight into the 75 hard challenge, which I did, which was probably harder than the 66 challenge. So I finished that 2 weeks ago, starting a new one soon after June, I think. But I kind of like having stuff that I need to tick off every single day, otherwise I feel like I'm not doing doing that much daily. But if you haven't done the 66 challenge or you want to do the 75 hard challenge, I would strongly recommend it, because especially reading, I think that was a big one for me. I've never read a whole book in my life since 2025. And I'm on my fifth or sixth book now. So if you haven't done any of them challenges, I'd strongly recommend it. I try to do exercise every day. I think since the challenges that I've done, both exercise and daily, I think I've just kind of stuck to that now. So whether that's just walking, like I said, like 5 a.m. walks that I do now, just runs and gym, just any exercise that I can do really, just takes my mind off other things, the podcast, work, uni, and that's kind of how I balance myself with the podcast and work. I've also taken on board some things from the Phil Cooper episode. If you haven't watched it, I strongly advise you to. Talks about fitness, talks about health. He ran the Jersey Marathon barefoot, so he talks about how to strengthen your feet and stuff like that. But I've taken on board main things: getting up at 4, getting up at 4:05.
Exercise there to me. I do my exercise whenever it fits me, which is early in the morning. I'm a 4 a.m. starter, right? And then I eat when it's convenient for me. Sometimes I eat before I leave for work. Sometimes I eat for lunch. I've been through quite a long periods of time when I only ate one meal a day, and that was after work.
Just getting loads of stuff done, ready before work. So I've been trying to do that. And then another thing, like reading. I've been reading more books, audiobooks. Although he caught me out for cheating, listen to audiobooks, but I don't think it's cheating. I think it's all right. But also not tracking calories, or not tracking weights, and not tracking loads of stuff when you're going to the gym. And even running like Strava I use. But he's taught me just keeping fit is probably the best thing that you can do, rather than just tracking. So I'm trying to get a gym plan together. I'm kind of going to try and work my way around it. So I'm not going to do chest Monday, back Tuesday, legs Wednesday. I'm just going to go, if I haven't done legs yesterday, or if I miss a day gym and I'm running, I'm just going to do like that. I'm going to copy Phil's advice and see how it goes. But I've got Crete coming up in 5 weeks. I'm trying to get back into it, get back into shape, and ready for the holiday. So I'll be documenting that. I think fitness is a big part for me. Gym, big part. Running, big part. Before the podcast, I started an Instagram account. It's Satisfied Journey, and that is basically an Instagram account focused on fitness in my journey for that. So satisfied meaning satisfied with your progress, satisfied with how you look, what shape you're in, and then journey, basically like what my journey was, documenting everything day by day. It's kind of the plan for this kind of episodes, documenting my journey, whether that's in fitness, my work, and most importantly, the podcast. So the plan would be, you'll see behind the scenes, meeting guests, what we talk about before we get on the guests, what's the process of emailing and attracting guests to the podcast. I think it would be really beneficial for people that want to start something like this, or start like a business and don't know where to start. So that's kind of the plan for behind the scenes kind of thing, and hopefully it'll be a separate channel. I think one lesson that I've taken away from the Island Driven podcasts over the 2 months now is my perspective on view counts, subscribers, and likes on each video, whether that's Instagram Shorts or my YouTube videos. After my first guest episode with Phil Cooper, I was a bit worried about the subscriber count being relatively low. I knew it was my first video, but I was still concerned about the number of subscribers. Right now we have 25 subscribers, last time I checked, and this was a number that I was worried about. And it was actually my girlfriend Zoe that said to me, imagine if you had 25 people in a room listening to you speak and listening to these guests that I'm bringing onto the show speak. And since then I've looked at it differently, and I never really look at view counts, subscriber counts, and likes. If I had to give any advice from this video to someone that wants to start something like this or starting their own business and don't know where to start, this is the advice that I'd give. Don't worry about view counts, subscriber counts, likes counts. Just worry about the content that you're delivering. So that's a wrap for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Something different to the guest episodes that I've been doing. But if you enjoyed it, please give it a like and a subscribe. See what I said in the beginning of the episode. This is the plan going forward. If I could do something like this, something like a behind the scenes kind of thing, along with the podcast, that's kind of like the long goal for this podcast. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. See you in 2 weeks.